So what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am David. On today's episode, we're gonna pick up right where we left off on our last garden video, guys. I will leave a link in the description below just in case you didn't check it out. But we made some decisions for our garden, and we have to get the tiller out, and we got to put some plants into the ground. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys. So we decided we're gonna leave the garden as is. It looks wonderful. It came out great. I already put the gate back up in the fence back up in the background over there where the Coyote CK2610 right now is hanging out. And we're gonna go ahead and measure out and start planting some of our brassicas. We're gonna decide where they're gonna go. We do know the sunflowers are gonna go against the back fence line there because south is the opposite direction of that fence line. And as they grow to be, they're mammoth, as they grow to get 10, 12 feet, we don't want them shading everything else out. So we put them against the back fence line. So we're gonna measure off that, give them some room to grow. We're gonna give me some room to walk, and then we gotta plant the brassicas somewhere within, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet off that back fence line. So let's measure, let's get some brassicas put into the ground. Finally, after like 3 weeks of saying, we're gonna put them in the ground. Let's go. All right, guys, so Shannon and I took some time to mark out what we're gonna do here. And we got these little white stakes here. We're gonna do 3 rows of 16 plants in each row. And that's it. So I'm going to mark it out and we're going to drop them in. All right, so we're gonna switch up from the little hole guy that I use to put the holes in the ground. My neighbor, big shout out to my neighbor, has a little hole shovel here. And I own one, or I owned one at one point in time. I don't know where it's at, I can't find it, but big shout out to my neighbor because he definitely had one, and this is gonna make my life a lot easier. So let's get this done. This is gonna be way faster just to go through and get it done. All right, guys, it made short work of that with a little hole digger here. Let's go return this and let's get back at it. All right, guys, so tool returned. We're getting back after it. Once again, big shout out to my neighbors, man. Right tool for the right job. Now, I do thoroughly enjoy my little guy here, and this is great for my soil blocks. When I'm going right from my soil block to the ground, this is perfect. But when I need to go with the little, I don't know, I think they're about 3-inch pots that I have that I bought very cheaply off Amazon. When I go to that, this isn't big enough. So I have to massage the hole, each hole, blah, blah. And that thing, you know, that makes a much bigger hole. You just backfill it in. It's way easier. All the soil's nice and, we just tilled it up, so it's nice and loose. Just backfill it nice and easy and call it a day and keep moving. So if I can find one of these bigger, I'll take that too. But on the same token, I'm hoping at this point now, we're gonna go right from soil blocks right into the ground. So we'll go out of the nursery, soil blocks, anything left in the grow room, we're gonna harden off and put into the ground, and all that fun stuff. Anyway, whatever. Let's just keep moving. Video for another time. Let's get the plants in the ground. Let's go. All right, guys, let me get you a close up. I won't go through every single plant, but I'll give you, I'll show you an example of how I do one of my plants. I put a little blood meal in, and then I put my plant in, and that's about it. Now, I use a little scooper here. I got this scooper. Oh, you know what? I'll do a shameless plug for my lady, actually. This comes out of my greens blends that the mama sells. Shannon sells a product, a holistic product. Nope, this comes out of my antioxidants. Sorry, my antioxidants. But let me take a quick second to plug the lady here. She does sell in a holistic line of stuff. I use the protein powder, 'cause I'm lifting weights now. I use the greens blends. I use the antioxidants. The vitamins, the fish oil. I have all of that fun stuff that comes through her. They have pet products. They have organic skincare products, all kinds of cool stuff. If anybody's interested, actually, you know what? I'll leave some links in the description below. If you're actually interested in anything and need some information answered about it, drop a comment. But I use this little guy, comes out of my antioxidants, and this is enough just to do the little area that I'm doing, because 1 cup of this blood meal will cover 20 square feet. So this is a percentage of a square foot. I don't know, you know, I'm not even gonna try to do the math to it, but I just use this little scooper. It's been working out for me. That's what we're gonna use. So I just take a simple scoop here. I sprinkle it on in there. I grab my plant. I drop that plant right there, and we backfill, backfill, backfill. I like to push it a little bit. And let's go repeat about 48 times. All right, so I want to try to put some lettuce in the ground over here. You see it down there? We already have lettuce started. And I got some successions that we have going on, and I want to go ahead and put them in the ground. But first, I want to grab the little tiller, and I want to try to break up this ground again. We broke it up one other time, but you can see how solid it is again. And I want to take some of that leaf compost that you can see right there on the Coyote CK2610. It's already in the bucket. And once this gets broken up a little bit, we're going to hand shovel that into here, and then we're going to till that into the ground, try to give it a better texture and make better soil here in this garden. That little tiller made short work of that. Still, in my book, 2 thumbs up. Go ahead and get some of this shoveled on in. All right, let's start with this and see where it gets us. Just a thing of beauty. Let's grab a quick little rake and get it all raked up. Put some plants in it. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do here now is, because I have plenty more left in the bucket, I'm just gonna get a couple more shovelfuls and kind of just dress it right up on the top, and then we're gonna put the plants in. Thing of beauty, guys. Let's grab some plants. All right, so I got all my gear. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna lay out how I think I wanted to go. Dig some holes, put some plants in the ground, and that's gonna be it. I usually do mine about maybe 6 inches or so apart. You can typically, lettuce can be planted pretty close together. This looks about right for me. Now I do have some bone meal. I'm gonna put a little bit of bone meal in. I'm gonna dig the hole, put some bone meal in, about roughly a teaspoon. Please read the instructions for yours. And we're gonna put these in the ground. That's it, and then drop it in the ground. Last thing to do, just water them in. There it is, some successions of lettuce. This is looking really good. All right, guys, so we're gonna end the video here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm so excited to finally get the brassicas put into the ground, to get the lettuce put into the ground. Now, I will say this, we are expecting some really hot weather coming up, that the broccoli may just go right to flower, the lettuce may just get bitter on us. We're gonna see what happens. If we are prepared though, that if the broccoli starts flowering, we're just gonna pull it out of the ground and put something that's not gonna flower into the ground. The grow room is doing phenomenal. So next week, all this week, I will be hardening off the grow room. So next week's video will probably be me putting the whatever's in the grow room into the ground outside. It'll be hardened off by then. We're probably just gonna put it all into the ground and call it a day. If any of the brassicas start flowering, we're just gonna pull them up, replace them with something else, and we're gonna call that a day. And then we'll see what else we're going to get into for next week's video. I don't really know, but we're probably going to be doing that at bare minimum. And we'll see what happens there. But don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, all of the fun things, guys. Please don't forget to do them for me. You know I appreciate it at all times. And that's going to be it. So 2 things as always. Don't forget to take the time to enjoy what you do. And don't forget, guys, work does not do itself. So don't be afraid to get out there and get after it.